Hello everyone. Welcome to all of you in FFB live chemistry classes. 11th केमिस्ट्री का तुम लोगों का क्लास शुरू हुआ है जिसमें कि बेसिक कंसेप्ट ऑफ केमिस्ट्री ये हमने पिछले क्लास में स्टार्ट किया था। तो इसमें केमिस्ट्री की डेफिनेशन, टाइप्स ऑफ ब्रांचेस ऑफ केमिस्ट्री कितनी हैं, उसके अलावा कुछ बेसिक प्रिंसिपल जैसे कि फार्मूला, सिंबल, ये सारी चीज़ों पे हमने थोड़ा बहुत डिस्कस किया था। इससे स्टार्टिंग केमिस्ट्री की थोड़ी बहुत समझ में आई होगी कि व्हाट इज़ केमिस्ट्री, और एलिमेंट एंड कंपाउंड्स के बारे में भी हमने दोनों को डिफ्रेंशिएट किया था पिछले क्लास में। तो उम्मीद है तुम लोगों को जो पहला क्लास है वो समझ में आया होगा। सिंपली डिफाइन किया गया था कि केमिस्ट्री और केमिस्ट्री की ब्रांचेस को स्टडी ऑफ मैटर केमिस्ट्री में इन्वॉल्व होता है। तो ये सारी चीज़ें हम डिस्कस कर चुके हैं। आज हम आगे दूसरा टॉपिक लेंगे बेसिक कंसेप्ट ऑफ केमिस्ट्री से ही, वो है लॉज ऑफ केमिकल कॉम्बिनेशन। उसके अलावा डाल्टन की एटॉमिक थ्योरी पे भी हम आज के क्लास में डिस्कस करेंगे। तो सबसे पहले हम लॉज ऑफ केमिकल कॉम्बिनेशन यानी केमिकल कॉम्बिनेशन के जो लॉज शुरू में बनाए गए थे उनके बारे में हम आज के क्लास में बात करेंगे। Name of the chapter, some basic concept of chemistry. तो टॉपिक क्या है? लॉज ऑफ केमिकल कॉम्बिनेशन. Now, in order to understand the composition of the compounds, it is necessary to have a theory which account for both qualitative and quantitative observations during chemical change. Observations of chemical reaction were most significant in the development of a satisfactory theory of the nature of matter. These observations of chemical reactions are summarized in certain statements known as laws of chemical combination. यानी जो केमिकल रिएक्शंस होते हैं और कंपाउंड बनते हैं, तो ये लॉज जो है ऑब्जर्वेशन पे बेस है। जैसा ऑब्जर्व किया गया उसको बेस मान करके केमिकल रिएक्शन में के लिए कुछ लॉज बनाए गए जिन्हें कहते हैं लॉज ऑफ केमिकल कॉम्बिनेशन। तो 5 लॉज हैं, तो वन बाय वन हम देखेंगे। लॉज ऑफ कंजर्वेशन ऑफ मास, ये दिस इज द फर्स्ट लॉ. The law was first stated by Lavoisier in 1774. It is also known as the law of indestructibility of matter. According to this law, in all chemical changes, the total mass of the system remain constant, or in a chemical change, mass is neither created nor destroyed. Or in every chemical operation, an equal quantity of matter exists before and after the operation. This law was tested by Landolt. All chemical reactions follow this law. Thus, this law is the basis of all quantitative work in chemistry. Now, experimental verification of the law. This law was first tested by Landor. Landor took an H-shaped tube, now known as Landor tube. This is the H-shaped Landor tube, and filled it with the solution of sodium chloride and silver nitrate. This is the sodium chloride and this is solution of silver nitrate separately in two limbs of the tube. The limbs were sealed and then the H-shaped tube was accurately weighed. The two solutions were mixed thoroughly by shaking the tube. The reaction occurring between the two solutions with the formation of a precipitate of silver chloride. अलग अलग लेते हैं, फिर जब इसको मिक्स कर देते हैं तो क्या बनता है, NaCl और AgNO3 के रिएक्शन से सिल्वर क्लोराइड का प्रेसिपिटेट बनता है. The reaction is that NaCl reacts with AgNO3. दोनों एक्वस सोल्यूशन है दोनों का. AgCl जब एक्वस सोल्यूशन होता है, AQ लिखेंगे यहाँ पे. AgCl सॉलिड प्रेसिपिटेट बनता है और NaNO3 एक्वस सोल्यूशन में. So this is the product, and this is also a product. The tube was again weighed. It was observed that the mass of the tube remained the same, showing gravely that in a chemical chain the total mass of the system remained constant. क्योंकि वो ट्यूब बंद थी तो जो भी रिएक्शन हुआ तो उससे कोई भी मटेरियल बाहर नहीं गया, तो रिएक्शन से पहले इन दोनों का वेट और रिएक्शन के बाद इन दोनों का वेट सेम पाया गया. Now this is the law of mass of the constant mass. This is law of the constant. This is the name, law of conservation of mass. Means all the chemical chain, the total mass of the system remains constant, or in chemical chain mass is neither created nor destroyed. This law is proved by this experiment. Now example, 1.7 gram of silver nitrate dissolved in 100 gram of water is taken. 0.585 gram of sodium chloride dissolved in 100 gram of water is added to it and chemical reaction occurs. 1.435 gram of silver chloride and 0.85 gram of sodium nitrate are formed. तो जो सिस्टम अभी बताया किस तरह से होता है उसको हम न्यूमेरिकली किस तरह से प्रूव करेंगे. लॉ ऑफ कंजर्वेशन ऑफ केमिकल रिएक्शन और मास. तो मास ऑफ AgNO3 एंड मास ऑफ NaCl एंड मास ऑफ वाटर, ये द मासेस आर बिफोर द रिएक्शन इतना आ रहा है. Total mass of after the chemical reaction, mass of AgCl, mass of NaNO3 and mass of water उतना ही होगा. तो ये जितने जितने प्रोडक्ट बने दोनों को जोड़ा तो टोटल कितना आया, 202.285 दोनों, यानी before the reaction and after the reaction. Thus in this chemical chain, total mass of reactant is equal to total mass of product. The relationship holds good when reactants are completely converted into product. In case the reacting materials are not completely consumed, the relationship will be total mass of the reactant is equal to total mass of the product plus masses of unreacted reactants. जब complete reaction नहीं होगा, यानी जितने reactant थे वो पूरी तरह से प्रोडक्ट में कन्वर्ट नहीं होंगे, तब मॉसेस ऑफ अनरिएक्टेड रिएक्टेंट्स को भी मॉसेस ऑफ प्रोडक्ट में जोड़ देंगे तो दोनों की वैल्यू सेम आएगी. नाउ सेकंड, फर्स्ट लॉ था कंजर्वेशन ऑफ मास और सेकंड लॉ है लॉ ऑफ डेफिनिट और कांस्टेंट प्रोपोर्शन. दिस लॉ वाज प्रेजेंटेड बाय प्रॉस्ट इन 1799 and may be stated as follows. Chemical compounds contain the same elements combined together in a fixed proportions by mass. That is, the chemical compound has a fixed composition and it does not depend on the method of its preparation or the source from which it has been obtained. For example, carbon dioxide can be obtained by using any of the following method: by heating calcium carbonate, by heating sodium bicarbonate, by burning carbon in oxygen, by reacting calcium carbonate with hydrochloric acid. Whatever sample of carbon dioxide is taken, it is observed that carbon and oxygen are always combined in the ratio of 12:32 or 3:8. The converse of this law, that when same elements combine in same proportion, the same compound will be formed, is not always true. For example, carbon, hydrogen and oxygen when combined in the ratio of 12:3:8 may form either ethyl alcohol or diethyl ether under different experimental conditions. Now, third law of chemical combination is law of multiple proportions. This law was put forward by Dalton in 1808. According to this law, if two elements combine to form more than one compound, if two elements combine to form more than one compound, then the different masses of one element which combine with a fixed mass of other element bear a simple ratio to one another. For example, hydrogen and oxygen combine to form two compounds, H2O water and H2O2 hydrogen peroxide. In water, hydrogen 2 parts and oxygen 16 part. In hydrogen peroxide, hydrogen 2 parts, oxygen 32 parts. The masses of oxygen which combine with same mass of hydrogen है यहाँ different mass of oxygen combined हो रहा है. The masses of oxygen which combine with same mass of hydrogen in these two compounds bear a simple ratio. ऑक्सीजन की दोनों कंपाउंड में ऑक्सीजन का रेशियो क्या है 1:2. Like this, nitrogen forms 5 stable oxide. See this? Now nitrogen forms 5 stable oxides, N2O. Here nitrogen 14 होता है नाइट्रोजन का मास, तो ये हो जाएगा नाइट्रोजन 18 पार्ट्स, ऑक्सीजन इसका जो एटॉमिक मास है वो 16, तो ऑक्सीजन 16 पार्ट्स, N2O2 नाइट्रोजन 18 पार्ट एंड ऑक्सीजन 32 पार्ट्स. उसके बाद N2O3 नाइट्रोजन 28 पार्ट, सब में नाइट्रोजन का पार्ट कितना है 28 पार्ट्स. यहाँ ऑक्सीजन 48, N2O4 में ऑक्सीजन 64 और N2O5 में ऑक्सीजन 80. तो सेम मास ऑफ द nitrogen combined with the different part of oxygen to form different type of oxide. Now masses of oxygen which combine with same mass of nitrogen in the 5 compounds bear a ratio 16:32:48:60:4:80, or the ratio is 1:2:3:4:5. Like this, the element carbon combined with oxygen to form two compounds, carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide. Here in carbon monoxide, carbon 12 parts, in carbon dioxide same part of the carbon combined with oxygen 16 part in CO and 32 part in CO2. Now the masses of oxygen which combine with same mass of carbon in two oxide bear a ratio 16, यानी simple ratio. जो different mass combine होते हैं, part combine होते हैं same mass of element से, उनके बीच simple ratio होता है. तो this is the third law of chemical combination. Now law of reciprocal proportions. This law was given by Richter in 1792. The law states that when definite mass of an element A combined with two other elements B and C to form two compounds. Now if B and C also compound to form a and if B and C also combine to form a compound, their combining masses are in same proportion or bear a simple ratio to masses of B and C, which combine with a constant mass of A. For example, Na reacts with A and Cl. यहाँ पे NaH बनाता है, ये NaH मिल करके और ये HCl बनता है. अब ये दोनों यानी Na और Cl जब आपस में मिलेंगे तो NaCl बनाएंगे. For example, hydrogen combined with sodium and chlorine to form compounds NaH and NaCl respectively. Here, sodium 23 part, mass of the NaH 23, and hydrogen 1 part. In HCl, chlorine 30.5 part and hydrogen 1 part. तो hydrogen का constant है part. Now, sodium and chlorine also combine to form NaCl, in which 23 part of sodium and 35.5 part of chlorine are present. These are the same part which combine with one part of hydrogen in NaH and HCl respectively. Now, second example is hydrogen combined with, अब इसमें ये क्लियर हुआ कि नाइट्रोजन और क्लोरीन का वही पार्ट आपस में कंबाइन हो रहा है जो कि डिफरेंट कंपाउंड जब NaH और HCl बना था तो H के साथ कंबाइन हुआ था. Now hydrogen combined with sulfur and oxygen to form compounds H2S and H2O respectively. In H2S, hydrogen 2 parts, sulfur 32 parts. In H2O, hydrogen 2 parts, oxygen 16 parts. अब इसको इस डायग्राम में देख सकते हैं. S और H मिलकर के H2S बनाते हैं और H और O मिलकर के बनाते हैं H2O. लेकिन जब S और O मिलते हैं तो SO2 बनाते हैं. तो S का उतना ही पार्ट कंबाइंड होता है यहाँ O के साथ जितना कि H2O में था, H2S में था, और इधर भी O का उतना ही पार्ट कंबाइंड हो रहा है जितना सिंपल रेशियो में कंबाइंड हो रहा है जितना कि ये H2O में प्रेजेंट था. Now, thus, according to this law, sulfur should combine with oxygen in the ratio of 32:16. Sulfur should combine with oxygen in the ratio of 32:16. यहाँ पे 32 है ये और यहाँ पे 16. Or a simple multiple of it. Actually, both combine to form SO2 in the ratio of 32:32 or 1:1. The law of reciprocal proportion is a special case of a more general law, the law of equivalent masses, which can be stated as under. All the chemical reactions, substances always react in the ratio of their equivalent masses. Fifth law is law of gaseous volumes. This law was enunciated by Gay-Lussac in 1808. According to this law, gases react with each other in the simple ratio of their volumes. And if the product is also in gaseous state, the volume of the product also bear a simple ratio with the volumes of gaseous reactants when all volumes are measured under similar condition of temperature and pressure. Here, volume of hydrogen, one volume of chlorine reacts to form 2 volume of HCl. The ratio is 1:1:2. In the formation of water, 2 volume of H2O, 1 volume of O2 forms 2 volume of H2O. Simple ratio है, ratio 2:1:2. In case of carbon monoxide, 2 volume, 1 volume oxygen forms 2 volume of carbon dioxide. Ratio is 2:1:2. Ammonia N2, 1 volume N2 reacts with 3 volume H2 form 2 volume 2H3. यहाँ रेशियो क्या होगा 1:3:2. तो सिंपल रेशियो में गैसेस जो हैं ये रिएक्शन करती हैं. Now some short example. What mass of sodium chloride would be decomposed by 9.8 gram of sulfuric acid if 12 gram of sodium bisulfate and 2.75 gram of hydrogen chloride were produced in a reaction, assuming that the law of conservation of mass is true? The reaction of this क्वेश्चन में जो रिएक्शन बताया गया है, रिएक्शन उसका इस तरह लिखा जाएगा, NaCl reacts with sulfuric acid to form sodium hydrogen sulfate and hydrogen chloride. Now, according to conservation of mass, total mass of the reactant is equal to total mass of product. Let अब यहाँ पे क्या नहीं दिया हुआ है, टोटल मास ऑफ NaCl नहीं दिया है, तो इसको हम x प्लस 9.8 सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड का दिया है इज इक्वल टू हाइड्रोजन क्लोराइड कितना बन रहा है 2.75 एंड 12 ग्राम सोडियम बाई सल्फेट। तो टोटल तो दोनों का कितना दिया हुआ है, दोनों बराबर हैं, तो इसका टोटल हमने निकाल लिया। तो x प्लस 9.8 इज इक्वल टू हो जाएगा 14.75 और x की वैल्यू यानी NaCl की वैल्यू क्या हो जाएगी 4.95 ग्राम। Now second example, in an experiment 2.4 gram of iron oxide on reduction with hydrogen yield 1.68 gram of iron. In another experiment, 2.9 gram of iron oxides give 2.03 gram of iron or reduction with hydrogen. Show what the above data illustrate the law of constant proportions. In the first experiments, solution पे आ जाओ। In the first experiments क्या है, the mass of the iron oxide, क्वेश्चन में देखना, क्वेश्चन नोट कर सकते हो जब क्वेश्चन बताया जाए। तो यहाँ पे मॉस ऑफ द आयरन ऑक्साइड है 2.4, मॉस ऑफ आयरन आफ्टर रिडक्शन हो जाता है 1.68। नाउ मॉस ऑफ द ऑक्सीजन इज इक्वल टू मॉस ऑफ आयरन ऑक्साइड माइनस मॉस ऑफ आयरन, तो ये क्या हो जाएगा मॉस ऑफ द ऑक्सीजन। नाउ रेशियो ऑफ ऑक्सीजन एंड आयरन कितना हो जाएगा 0.72 इसका है मॉस ऑफ ऑक्सीजन और 1.68 है आयरन आफ्टर 6 मास ऑफ आयरन आफ्टर रिडक्शन, तो रेशियो इसका क्या हो जाएगा 1:2.23। नाउ इन द second experiment the mass of iron oxide is 2.9, the mass of iron after reduction 2.03, mass of oxygen माइनस कर देंगे ऑक्साइड में से आयरन का, तो मास ऑफ ऑक्सीजन मिल गया। Now ratio of oxygen and iron 0.87 is to 2.03 is equal to 1.2 is to 2.3, तो रेशियो ऑफ ऑक्सीजन एंड आयरन दोनों ही केस में सेम आ रहा है। Thus the data illustrate the law of constant proportion as the both the experiment the ratio of oxygen and iron is the same. Another example, carbon combined with hydrogen to form three compounds A, B, C. The percentage of hydrogen in A, B and C are 25, 14.3 and 7.7. Which law of chemical combination is illustrated? अब कंपाउंड ए परसेंट ऑफ हाइड्रोजन 25, देन परसेंट ऑफ कार्बन कितना हो जाएगा 100 में से माइनस कर दिया 75 हो जाएगा। नाउ कंपाउंड बी में क्या है परसेंट ऑफ हाइड्रोजन, तो परसेंट ऑफ कार्बन निकल आएगा 100 में से डिवाइड करके, एंड सी में परसेंट ऑफ कार्बन का परसेंट ऑफ हाइड्रोजन है पहले, तो परसेंट ऑफ कार्बन निकल आएगा। अब कंपाउंड ए 20 parts of hydrogen combined with 75 parts of carbon, then 1 part of hydrogen combined with 75 upon 25 is equal to 3 part of carbon. In compound B, 40 7.3 part of hydrogen combined with 85.5 part of carbon. Now, 1 part of hydrogen combined with 85.7 upon 14.3, so 6 parts of the carbon. Now, in compound C, 77 part of hydrogen combined with 92.3 part of carbon. Now, 1 part of hydrogen combined with 92.3 upon 7.7 part is equal to 12. So, simple ratio आ रहा है A और B और C में. Thus, the masses of carbon in 3 compounds A, B and C, which combined with a fixed mass of hydrogen, are in the ratio 3:6:12 or 1:2:4. This is a simple ratio. Hence, the data illustrate the law of multiple proportions. Now, another example, 4.3 gram potassium chlorate when pyrolyzed gives the residue of 2.966 gram. Calculate the mass of oxygen released using the law of conservation of mass. Reaction इस तरह से होगा 2KClO3 जब इसको पायरोलाइज किया जाएगा यानी हीट किया जाएगा स्ट्रांगली तो KCl 2.96 ग्राम बनता है और 3O2 यानी X ऑक्सीजन इवॉल्व होती है अकॉर्डिंग टू लॉ ऑफ कंजर्वेशन। रिएक्शन से पहले का मॉस है 4.9 और यहाँ KCl का मॉस दिया है, X का मॉस नहीं दिया, ऑक्सीजन कितनी इवॉल्व हुई उसका मॉस नहीं दिया है, तो इन दोनों को रखने पे X की वैल्यू आराम से निकल सकते हैं। Thus 1.94 ग्राम ऑक्सीजन was released in the process of pyrolysis. The compounds each containing only tin and oxygen and the following composition. Compound A 78.77% of tin and 21.23 oxygen. In compound B 88.12% of tin and 11.88% of oxygen. Now show how data illustrate the law of multiple proportion. In compound A, 21.23 part of oxygen combined with 78.77 parts of tin. पिछले एग्जाम्पल की तरह लगेगा ये. Then 1 part of oxygen combined with 78.77 divided by 21.3 part is equal to 3.7 parts of tin. In compound B, 11.88 part of oxygen combined with 88.12 part of tin. Then 1 part of oxygen combined with 88.12 upon 11.88 is equal to 7.4. तो इन दोनों का जो रेशियो आएगा वो क्या होगा, सिंपल रेशियो आएगा. Thus the mass of tin in compound A and B which combined with the fixed mass of oxygen are in the ratio 3.7 is to 7.4 or 1 is to 2. This is a simple ratio, hence the data illustrate the law of multiple proportions. See another example. Illustrate the law of reciprocal proportions from the following data. KCl contains 52.0% potassium. Ki contains 23.6% potassium and ICl contains 78.2% iodine. In KCl, potassium 52.0%, then chlorine 100 में से इसको हम डिवाइड माइनस कर देंगे तो क्लोरीन का परसेंट कितना हो जाएगा 48%. पोटेशियम KI में पोटेशियम है 23.6%, तो आयोडीन का परसेंट हो जाएगा 100 में से इतना परसेंट निकाल देंगे पोटेशियम का तो 76.4. Now 23 part of potassium combined with 76.4 part of iodine and 52 part of potassium will combine with 76.4 upon 23.6 into 50 to now 168.3 part of iodine. The ratio of mass of chlorine iodine which combined with same mass of potassium is 48 is to 168 or 1 is to 3.5. Now in ICL iodine 78.2% and chlorine को 100 में से माइनस कर देंगे तो ये आयोडीन का परसेंट है और क्लोरीन का परसेंट 21%. The ratio of chlorine and iodine in ICL हो जाएगा 21.8 is to 78.2 is 1 is to 3.5. This is the same. The data illustrate the law of reciprocal proportions. तो ये लॉ ऑफ केमिकल कम्बिनेशन पे आधारित कुछ एग्जाम्पल थे जिनको दिखाया, जिसको देख करके जो लॉस पढ़े थे वो भी कंफर्म होते हैं और उसके अलावा न्यूमेरिकल किस तरह से इस तरह के लगेंगे वो भी क्लियर हुआ. सारे न्यूमेरिकल्स को अपनी नोटबुक में नोट करके और इसको इसी तरह से लगाने की प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हो. Now come on Dalton's atomic theory. This is the first theory about the structure of molecules and compound. The concept that matter is composed of very small particles was given by Indian and Greek philosophers early as 400 to 500 before century. The Greek philosopher Democritus suggested that matter cannot be forever divided into smaller and smaller parts. The ultimate particles were considered as indivisible. These particles were called atoms. The word atom has been derived from the Greek word atomos, meaning indivisible. These early ideas, however, were not based on experiment but were more speculations. The existence of atoms was accepted by Boyle in his book. The spectacle chemist 1661 and by Newton in his book Principia and Optics 1704. The old idea were put on scientific scale by John Dalton in the year 1803 to 1808 in the form of theory known as Dalton atomic theory, which is landmark in the history of chemistry. The main points of Dalton's atomic theory are: matter is made up of atoms which are extremely small particles and cannot be subdivided, or elements consist of minute indivisible indestructible particles called atoms. Atoms of an element are identical to each other. They have the same mass and size. Atoms of different elements differ in properties and have different masses and size. Compounds are formed when atoms of different elements combine with each other in simple numerical ratio, such as 1 to 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 3, and so on. Atom cannot be created, destroyed, or transformed into atoms of another elements. The relative number and kinds of atoms are always same in the given compound. Atoms retain their identity in all chemical reactions. However, atom is the smallest particle which can take part in chemical reaction. Now, limitations of Dalton's atomic theory. The theory convincingly explains the various laws of chemical combination, but it has a number of limitations. It fails to explain the cause of chemical combination. It does not explain Gay-Lussac's law of combining gaseous volumes. It does not give an idea about isotopes and isobars. It fails to explain why atoms of different elements show different properties like mass, size, etc. It does not explain the difference between an atom and a molecule. The theory has undergoes a complete shake-up with the modern concept of structure of atom. The following are the modified views regarding Dalton's atomic theory. That atom is no longer supposed to be indivisible. बाद में केमिस्ट ने डाल्टन्स की थ्योरी को थोड़ा सा इम्प्रूव करके पेश किया, तो उसी के कुछ पॉइंट हैं. दिस इज नोन एज मॉडिफाइड व्यूज of Dalton's atomic theory. The atom is no longer supposed to be indivisible. The atom is not a simple particle but a complex one. The atom is made up of various subatomic particles such as proton, neutron and electrons, yet it is the smallest particle that take part in a chemical reaction. Atoms of the element may not necessarily possess the same mass but possess the same atomic number and show similar properties. That is discovery of isotopes. Atoms of the different element may possess the same mass but they always have different atomic numbers and differ in chemical properties. This was shown by after discovery of isotopes. Atoms of one element can be transmuted into atoms of the other element. ये कब explain हुआ? Discovery of artificial transmutation से. In certain organic compounds like protein, starch, cellulose, etc., the ratio in which atoms of different elements combine cannot be regarded as simple. In a molecule of sugar C12H22O11, the ratio of CH and O is not simple and cannot be called integral. There are a number of compounds which do not follow the law of constant proportion. Such compounds are called non-stoichiometric compounds. Masses and energy are interconvertible. Molecule is the smallest particle of matter which is capable of independent existence. Now, atoms, molecules and formula. An atom is the smallest particle of the element. The atom of hydrogen is the atom of the hydrogen is the smallest and lightest. The atom take part in chemical combination and remain as indivisible. All atoms do not occur free in nature. Avogadro introduced the idea of another kind of particles called the molecule. Now, molecule is the smallest part. Molecule is the smallest particle of an element or compound that can have a stable and independent existence. A molecule of an element consists of one or more atoms of the same element. Certain elements are capable of existence as single atoms and their atoms can be regarded as molecules. The molecule of an element that consists of one atom only is called monoatomic molecule, as in the case of inert gases. Oxygen is not stable in atomic form but is stable in molecular form. A molecule of oxygen is diatomic in nature. Its molecules consist of two oxygen atoms. Hydrogen, nitrogen, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine are also diatomic like oxygen. Some elements exist in more complex molecular form. The molecule of phosphorus consists of 4 phosphorus atoms and the molecule of sulfur consists of 8 sulfur atoms. Such molecules having more than 2 atoms are said to be polyatomic. A representation of the molecule of an element involves use of subscript to the right of the elemental symbol. The diatomic molecule of chlorine represented as Cl2, whereas molecule of phosphorus and sulfur are represented as P4 and P8 respectively. The molecule is the smallest possible unit of compound which shows the properties of the compound. The molecule is the smallest possible unit of a compound which shows the properties of the compound. The molecule of compound contains two or more different types of atom. These differ from the molecule of elements which contains only one type of atoms. Thus, it becomes clear that the atoms are the component of molecule and the molecules are components of elements or compounds. Now the formula. Formula is the group of symbols of elements which represent the molecule of a substance. The formula of a substance represents its chemical composition. Now, water consists of molecules containing two hydrogen atoms and one oxygen atom. The molecule is represented as H2O. The subscript to the right of the symbol for hydrogen indicate the number of hydrogen atoms contained in the molecule. No subscript follows the symbol of for the oxygen, which means by convention that only one atom of oxygen is contained in the molecule. The subscripts representing the number of atoms contained in a molecule of a compound are in no way related to the number of atoms present in the molecule of free elements. Although both hydrogen and oxygen are composed of diatomic molecules. In water, molecule contains only one atom of oxygen and two atoms of hydrogen. The two hydrogen atoms present in H2O are not molecular hydrogen, but rather two hydrogen atoms that have chemically combined with oxygen. For a chemical formula to be correct, it must contain two pieces of information. First, it must indicate the element in the makeup of the compound, and it must indicate the combining ratio of atom of these elements in the particular compound. The first information is provided by including in the formula correct chemical symbol for all chemical elements in the compounds. The second piece of information is provided by subscript, that is number of written to right slightly below the chemical symbols of the atom. Now nitric example देख सकते हैं. Nitric acid is a combination of hydrogen, nitrogen and oxygen giving a base formula HNO3. These elements combined in the ratio 1:1:3. Therefore, the correct formula for nitric acid HNO3. Some compounds are composed of ions rather than of molecules. Ions differ from atoms and molecules by being electrically charged particles of matter. The charge may be positive or negative and generally vary in magnitude. The positively charged ions are called cations and the negatively charged ions are called anions. Simple cations and anions came into existence by loss or acceptance of an electron or electrons by neutral atom respectively. Ions that consist of several atoms held together by chemical bond similar to those involved in the molecule are called polyatomic ions or complex ions. These complex ions differ from molecule in the sense that they bear a charge. Now some of the common cation, anion, simple and complex are listed here. हाइड्रोजन आयन, ये सारे मोनोवैलेंट आयन है, और कैटायन है जिसपे जो ये जिसपे प्लस चार्ज है ये क्या है, कैटायन है. मोनोवैलेंट आयन जैसे हाइड्रोजन आयन, सिल्वर आयन, सोडियम आयन, और ये एन आयन है जिसपे कि माइनस चार्ज है. तो ये क्या है, मोनोवैलेंट आयन जिसपे चार्ज चाहे प्लस हो या माइनस हो सिर्फ एक है. क्लोरीन और क्लोराइड और फ्लोराइड का एग्जाम्पल है. उसके बाद डाईवैलेंट आयंस इस पे की 2 यूनिट चार्ज चाहे पॉजिटिव या निगेटिव. तो बेरियम, आयरन यानी फेरस और क्यूप्रस इस पे 2+ चार्ज है. दीज आर द डाईवैलेंट आयन. सल्फाइड आयन पे 2- और कार्बोनेट आयन पे 2- आर दीज आर द डाईवैलेंट आयन. उसके बाद ट्राईवैलेंट आयन जिस पे 3 यूनिट चार्ज होगा. तो एल्यूमिनियम, फेरिक और आरिक पे 3+ चार्ज है. दीज आर द ट्राईवैलेंट आयन. इसी तरह से फेरिसाइनाइड पे 3- और बोरेट आयन पे 3- आयन है. दीज आर द ट्राईवैलेंट आयन, निगेटिव आयन आल्सो. दीज आर द जो माइनस चार्ज वाले जितने भी आयन है वो क्या है, एनायन है. और प्लस चार्ज वाले जितने भी आयन है ये कैटायन है. टेट्रावैलेंट में +4 यूनिट चार्ज है स्टेनिक, प्लम्बिक और प्लेटिनम पे. और pyrophosphate and ferrocyanide पे माइनस चार्ज है. These are the tetravalent ions. Now, when ions are present in a compound, the number of positive charge on a cation must balance with the negative charge on an anion to produce electrically neutral metal. यानी कंपाउंड में जो दो आयन प्रेजेंट होंगे उसमें दोनों में बराबर के चार्ज होंगे. जितना प्लस चार्ज होगा उतना ही माइनस चार्ज होगा ताकि इलेक्ट्रिकल न्यूट्रलिटी बैलेंस हो जाए. Since the charge on the anions may not always be equal to that on cation. Since the charge on the anion may not always be equal to that on cation, the number of anion will not always be equal to number of cations. Now, calcium nitrate consists of calcium and nitrate ions. Each calcium ion carries 2 unit positive charge, while each nitrate ion carries 1 unit negative ion. Thus, to make net charge 0, the 2 nitrate ion will link with 1 calcium ion and the formula will CaNO3 whole twice. यानी Ca2 प्लस है यहाँ, उसको यहाँ दिखाया है, और +2NO2 यानी 2 प्लस चार्ज है तो इसको न्यूट्रलाइज करने के लिए 2 नाइट्रेट आयन जिसपे कि एक नेगेटिव चार्ज है वो इससे जुड़ेंगे और बनाएंगे CaNO होल ट्वाइस. तो कैल्शियम का चार्ज यहाँ नाइट्रोजन नाइट्रेट आयन के बाहर इस तरह से लिखा जाएगा. Now name and formula of some common chemical compounds are given here. Common names and chemical formula of some chemical compound. Common name alum, केमिकल नेम है अमोनियम एल्यूमिनियम सल्फेट और इसका केमिकल फार्मूला है ये NH4 होल ट्वाइस SO4 Al2SO4 होल थ्राइस 0.24 H2O. तो ये सब क्या है, ये बड़े मॉलिक्यूलर फार्मूले के कंपाउंड्स हैं. जैसे कि पोटाश एलम, केमिकल नेम है पोटेशियम एल्यूमिनियम सल्फेट K2SO4 Al2SO4 होल थ्राइस 0.24 H2O. एस्पिरिन एसिटिल सैलिसिलिक एसिड C9H8O4. बैटरी एसिड और ऑयल ऑफ vitriol, this is chemical name is sulfuric acid H2SO4. ब्लू vitriol, ये सब क्या है, कॉमन नेम है ब्लू vitriol. दिस इज कॉपर सल्फेट, फार्मूला CuSO4. दिस इज हाइड्रेटेड कॉपर सल्फेट. बेकिंग सोडा सोडियम बाइकार्बोनेट NaHCO3. ब्लीचिंग पाउडर कैल्शियम क्लोरोहाइपोक्लोराइड, कैल्शियम क्लोरोहाइपोक्लोराइड CaCO CaOCl. ब्लीचिंग पाउडर का नाम क्या है, कैल्शियम क्लोरोहाइपोक्लोराइड. बोरेक्स सोडियम टेट्राबोरेट, केमिकल नेम है ये सारे और ये कॉमन नेम है, ये ध्यान रहे. दिस इज द केमिकल फार्मूला Na2BO4O7.10 H2O. उसके बाद है बटर ऑफ टिन, दैट इज स्टेनिक क्लोराइड SnCl4.5 H2O. कास्टिक सोडा सोडियम हाइड्रोक्साइड NaOH. कास्टिक पोटाश सोडियम हाइड्रोक्साइड KOH. कार्बोलिक एसिड is known as phenol, formula C6H5OH. Chili saltpeter is the sodium nitrate NaNO3. उसके बाद है कार्बोरंडम सिलिकॉन कार्बाइड SiC. कोरोसिव sublimate, this is mercury chloride HgCl2. Calomel is mercurous chloride Hg2Cl2. and dry ice carbon dioxide solid CO2. तो ये कुछ हमने केमिकल कंपाउंड्स के जो कॉमन नेम थे और केमिकल नेम और केमिकल फार्मूला ये दिखाया है। इसके अगले क्लास में हम और भी कंपाउंड्स के केमिकल नेम, कॉमन नेम और केमिकल फार्मूलाज दिखाएंगे तुम्हें। तो इन सबको अपनी कॉपी में नोट करो, ताकि ये के फार्मूले जो हैं उनके जनरल नेम के साथ केमिकल नेम और फार्मूला ये सारी चीज़ें याद होनी चाहिए। तो आज का क्लास कंप्लीट हुआ। अगले क्लास में हम केमिकल, पहले तो यही बताएंगे जो अभी और भी बहुत से कंपाउंड हैं जिनके कॉमन नेम, केमिकल नेम और मॉलिक्यूलर फार्मूला। उसके बाद हम और आगे की चीज़ें डिस्कस करेंगे।